Hello, Aquarians. Welcome, welcome. I had to drink a little bit of water. I'm a little dry this morning. So, welcome. For those of you that are brand new, my name is Patty. I'm your empath that is doing intuitive tarot. This is divine guided, divine driven, a lot. But we do mix astrology and numerology, basically all energies that the divine have made. So, definitely, this is for you today. Hopefully, something will resonate. And it's basically to guide you through your challenges, your struggles, your maybe your questions to him or whatever, because our first card, our oracle card, is going to be for the divine, something that maybe you've been asking or a challenge that you're trying to get through, that kind of a thing. And then I'm doing, for those who are returning, thank you for coming back. And also too, yeah, thank you for coming back. Oh, if you're subscribed, I don't know what's going wrong with me today. If you've subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and that really means a lot. So this is for the week of the 10th through the 16th. 10th through the 16th. So it's 6 days. That's 7 days. Should be through the 17th. I have to think about that. Did I say the 16th? I might be wrong there. 10th through the 16th. Yeah, so I think I did that wrong. So anyway, it is for that Monday through Sunday. I'm going to have to go back and change that, so I apologize. So let's get started. Oh, and I'm going to be doing a different spread today, so I will share that as I go. All right. Any new news? We have a new moon on the 11th, guys. New moon, so there's going to be a lot of different energies coming in here. Not as strong as the last full moon. So if you haven't watched the last full moon come in, then in the video that I did, please go ahead and watch that. All right. Gosh, I can't even talk. You'd think I'd be new at this. So let's get started. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I'm going to tell you about this in a second. Holy Toledo. If this comes out with every single reading today, although it wouldn't surprise me. So definitely let's get going. So the current card, or the first card, is the Divine's card, like I said. Second card is the current energies for the week. So whatever you're going through, struggles, questions, whatever it is, this is the current energies, and hopefully it'll resonate with you, or that you will see it begin happening in the next week. The third card is the future energies. Those are for the next couple of months, May, June, July. All right, so let's pay attention to that. And usually it's just like for the week, but the divine has told me this is going to go until about July. So here we go. All right. The reason why I said woo figures, actually weird in the very beginning, is because this first card is the Divine's card, and it was the same as Taurus's. I just got done reading. Now you saw me shuffle, 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 shuffle. So, and he popped it out. So, you know, what can I say? This is the word solitude. This is the number 4 again. So I'm going to, if you just watch Taurus, I'm going to repeat myself here, but the rest of it is very different. So solitude is actually getting in the quiet place with divine so that you can actually hear him. It's the number 4 because this is where your grounding is. This is where your core is. This is where things are based from, that kind of a thing. So in order to hear or get your founding, a lot of people, and I forgot to mention this in my announcements, that I do have an upload. I'm uploading a video right now. I'm editing it about how to build a relationship or get tighten your intuition or hearing or audio or visual, anything like that with divine. This is how to start your relationship, because a lot of people ask me, how do I start? Never did it before. How do I ask the divine? That kind of a thing. So that's what that uploaded video is. But in that video, you'll hear a lot of these tips. But the divine, you have to get into solitude. Nobody can help you. Everybody can give you worldly advice. However, the divine works in the second dimension. That's why you're here watching tarot, because you want to know what's going on. That is the second dimension. And you can do it for yourself if you create a relationship with the divine. It's amazing. I used to live by world. I live by spirit. I've always lived by spirit, but I never allowed me to fully live by spirit. And now all I do is live by spirit. Well, I have to live on this earth, so there's a few things I have to abide by. But the thing is that all my questions and everything go to divine. Anything I do today, do you want me to do this? Do you not want me to do this? Do you want me to talk to this person? Should I help this person? Should I not help this person? Should I be with this person? Should I go away from this person? Should I, allow this person into my life? Should I not allow this person into my life? Should I start this business? Should I not start this business? These are all things that you should be going to divine for. All right. Current energy is the coming of life. And that's when we begin to transform from a world to a spiritual aspect. That is the number 11 in numerology. And number 11, again, is bringing balance. And it is also bringing a partnership together, which if you bring that divine into it, you bring your partnership with the divine. Divine can help you actually create partnerships, whether it be friends, lovers, whatever on this earth. However, it is coming together. It is the number 2, okay, is about balance and bringing it together, or the number 2 you can split it apart. Because if you look at the number 1, it looks like a double-edged sword, and you can actually cut something and split it apart, okay? But in this card coming to life, she's got her hand way up to the spirit. She's got way up, but she's looking down at earth. See the butterfly down here? She's looking at the butterfly because that's transition. She's transitioning from base of world to spirit, okay? She has to work and live in the world, but her heart and everything is in the light, in truth, okay? And this would make sense. 9, 12, 13, definitely. And the future energy is protecting. What are we protecting? Treasure. What is treasure to the divine? Our heart. Okay. So he's trying to protect us from a lot of things that we don't need to. We actually give our own pain most of the time. We give our own disappointments. We give our own things. Majority of the time based on our decisions, our choices, and where those again are foundation. So if we are not paying attention to the divine and we're paying attention to our human flesh, then a lot of the times our human flesh is wrong, and it gets us into places where we end up in a roller coaster. Life goes like this, relationships go like this, jobs go like this, go all over the place, and then you wonder what the heck happened. But if you actually make your decisions based on spirit, Holy Spirit, divine, then what's going to happen is you are going to become a more peaceful person because he's bringing in everything for you that you need. Okay, so why is he doing that? Because he wants you to acknowledge the number 3, which is, well, actually it's 39, but it turns into 3. What he wants you to acknowledge this, that your heart is what any vibration or energy wants. Low vibration, low energy, you want to call it the devil card, you want to call it Satan, you want to call it negative, if you want to call it good, whatever you want to call it, that is what it's after. Your heart. Because you know why? Because that is where the spirit lies within you, period. That's called your heart chakra. And a lot of it can be called ki. When I did martial arts, we used to call it ki. Some people pronounce it chi, but it's actually ki. But it just depends on where you're from. So I studied Japanese martial arts. All right. So again, I'm going to do this spread a little bit differently. And then I'll explain it as I go. All right. So definitely, while I'm shuffling, definitely I am going to be doing a new moon reading on the 11th, crossing my fingers only, and I say that because I did go to the doctor yesterday for my knee. For those who don't know, I had a knee replacement in March. It wasn't as good as he hoped, so he wants to have me go back in, manipulate it, and I'm not happy about that, but I don't know when it's going to be. So I'm going to say the 11th. I just don't know what time, but I definitely will let you guys know. So if you're not subscribed and you want to watch that, or you want to watch I'll be uploading that new video, how to talk to the divine and get a closer relationship with divine, or ask divine. Definitely I will be putting that up either probably today or tomorrow. Subscribe and hit the bell. That's when you'll know that I'm putting those on. All right. Okay. I need more room. When I do these ones, I need more room. Okay. So I'm going to be doing also too here on the side in a second. I am going to be doing cards on wealth, health, and love. All right. And that is going to be added in for this month of May. Oops. All right. Bear with me just a second here. I'm so excited. I'm getting some new decks tomorrow and the next day. I told myself I wasn't going to buy a bunch of decks, but you know, I get sort of bored with them, just as you guys probably do. And some artists that come out, they're really, really beautiful. Like this deck here. This is a deck my daughter gave me for Christmas. This is Fire Emblem. A bunch of people, I guess it's a game that she had played for a long time. But, oh wow, again. Jeez. But this is a bunch of artists that got together and Nintendo approved it. And it took them over a year just to do the artwork. I don't know how long it took them to do that. But anyway, we had this pre-ordered for like a year. And they're limited. So I don't like to use them as much because I want them to last. So, okay, let's get started. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, and then we have the Four of Hearts, or the Four of Cups. I always say hearts because that's what they are. So if you don't know anything about tarot, the hearts, the clubs, the swords, and the pentacles are all like, you know, aces or spades, clubs, diamonds, and hearts, just like a regular deck. So there's something that you learned about it. So sometimes you'll hear me say hearts, which it's actually cups. But yeah, all right. So these are the three cards here, and we're starting with the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and then the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands. So what's going on here is something in your communication. You're having problems. There's things that you're desiring that are not happening fast enough for you. I don't know what that is. This is for your character, your soul. This is the earth part of you fighting with your soul. Your soul is your character, your integrity, your morals. This is who you are. This is the unique individual of you. So a lot of people are saying, you know, your spirit and your soul, they are connected. However, your soul is you, your personality. So something is not going the way that you want it to. Because with the Four of Cups, you're trying to think about it too much. So this is where where the divine is saying, let go, let me help you. Stop being in your head, in your earth flesh. Let me help you. Let me help you figure this out. Because this is of your heart's desire. This is something you want. This is your future card. So if you release it and stop trying to control it, or stop trying to control everything, and stop thinking from the earth to the divine, from the butterfly to the divine, it's going to change. You could actually flip it a 180 if he's going to allow it. So it's just not moving fast enough the way that you want it to. Sometimes thank you. So sometimes he's saying be patient. And with the Ace of Wands, make sure you're speaking to what you want and desire. Nobody is a mind reader. Nobody is a mind reader. So they cannot read your mind in what you want or desire. So if you're in a relationship and you think, well, he should know. No, he doesn't. She should know. No, she doesn't. Because everybody has their own journey and individual. It's like this gentleman I talked to. He's from the city, big city. And what he experienced is definitely not what I experience in a small city or the country. 100%. So I cannot expect that person to know everything, whether he is a man wanting a relationship. His experiences in his journey are definitely not the same as mine. So I cannot expect him to understand, and I have to ask or share, especially as a female. And if he's in a world mindset and I'm in a spiritual mindset, there is a misbalance. So either I can educate him to come up to a higher level, which is spiritual, or I will not go back down to the world. I will not. So either, we can find an equal balance to help each other out, or it goes away. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that resonates with somebody out there, but you have to speak. If it's not going fast enough, you need to tell them, whatever it is. If it's a job, if it's a friendship, if it's a project that you're working on, hey, this isn't going fast enough for my liking. Well, what do you mean it's not going fast enough? It takes time. It's a process, okay? So then you have to say, well, you know what? We've been friends for a year now, and you know that I like you. You know that I want to be a relationship with you. If it's taken a year that you have not even gone to the next level, this is not the person for you, because the way that a man's brain works is that he already knows within a month if he wants to have a relationship, if he wants to be your wife, if he wants you to be your wife, that kind of a thing. Women are emotional, but we're also, as humans, impatient. But within a year, you should be already on to the next level, or your total thinking is separate. He may be thinking friends for life. You may be dreaming about, oh, yeah, I've already got the wedding dress picked out. I got this. He ain't even there. It's like they say, I was in a relationship. I didn't even know I was in a relationship. Okay. So you have to ask, and if it's not going fast enough for you, you have to let them know. Okay. Whew. Somebody here, and I don't know what this is in relation to, you're missing the whole world. You're missing the whole world. Look at this. You've got everything on each side of you in good. So you have the star, you have the world on each side of you, but you're sitting there wallowing in your pain. You're wallowing in the past. You're wallowing in the hurt. You're wallowing. And that is not going to get you to this place of peace, contentment, balance, joy. You're stopping it. Again, like with the Tauruses, you're your own worst enemy. You're standing in your own way of growing and transforming from that butterfly down here to the spirit. You're just stuck. And it's your mindset. Okay? I'm not going to wallow in on that. Nobody wants to hear that they're stuck. Nobody wants to hear, but you know what? I can't if people don't want to change, they're not going to change until they're ready to change. When they get sick and tired of being sick and tired, they will change. Can this change? Yes, 100%. Can this completely turn around so that they can have the world and everything around them? Yes, it can. Okay, thank you. So they're saying you cannot fix anybody else but you. So somebody out there is trying to fix or change somebody else to that higher vibration. Well, maybe I'm here to help them. Maybe I'm here to get them to grow. Maybe that I'm here to help them grow in spirit. Yeah, you could be, but you could also be holding them from their blessing, that they need to do it by themselves and figure it out so that they can become closer to the divine. Ever think about it that way? Because we're in the flesh, we want to think, oh, it's about me helping them. No, it's nothing about you. What their journey is. So somebody is in this rescue mode that, oh, you know what? They just need somebody to love. They just need no, that you need to also let them heal. Thank you. There's like, they've got to heal before they can move on. Nobody should be moving to a relationship unless they are healed. We do go to relationships when we're not healed, and what happens? They break apart because maybe a healthy person with a person that is not healed then what happens is they get tired, they get bored, they get, because it's the woe is me stories all the time. It's going back, the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, and they leave. They leave. So we have to be healed both. Both of us have to be healed so that there's balance, and then that actually you can have peace and joy and that kind of a thing. And then it can come, and then most likely it's going to come straight to you. But you got to get out, if whoever this is, it's got to get out of that mentality, and the only way that you can do that is heal. All right, so that's that energy there. We got the Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, the Moon, and the King of Pentacles. So we have the Three of Cups, the Moon, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to focus on these three cards first. So we have the Three of Cups is all about celebration, friends, having whoop whoop, having party kind of thing, because something really happy happened, joyful happened. But then in the middle, we've got the Moon, and then we've got the King of Pentacles. The problem with this is somebody might be happy. Maybe they won some money. Maybe they, I know somebody who just won big amounts in a casino, and then what happens, because they're addicted to it, then all of a sudden it's gone, and what did they spend it on? Back to the casino, rather than putting it to good effort, that this is what this is about. So you're really happy about something is going great, going good. Something just is not quite right though, and it. It's just like something's just a little bit off. Well, it has to do with something being hidden in a materialistic world. So it could be like somebody's not being honest about their finances. Something could be hidden, like maybe they're saving money and you don't even know it. If this is a relationship, I'm going to say if that's a relationship, there's something that they're just not sharing. It's sort of like when couples I have my money, he has his money, we have the house money. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, how much do you have in yours? And then there's like, he might say, 5,000, and you say, oh yeah, I have 5,000 too. And you're equal. And then the next time you ask, it's like, well, I got 20,000. Well, I only got 7,000. How did you get 20? So this is sort of like something sort of hidden. Somebody's not telling the whole story, so it might be really good and dandy for a minute. And yay, it's really, really good. However, this doesn't mean it's a bad thing, because it's sort of like when somebody gives a surprise vacation, a surprise birthday, something of that nature. This is what could be that kind of a thing as well, because it does take money to buy a gift or go buy a vacation or something of that nature. And somebody may be planning this celebration, or it could be a family reunion. Hey, I'm taking the whole family to Barbados or something like that. Okay. So it might be something of that nature. It doesn't have to be that. So, but you got to listen to that intuition again, because remember, the divine is talking about get in solitude. If you're questioning something, get in solitude. Ask your intuition. Ask that little voice in your head, because it will definitely tell you. Exactly. It may not tell you the secret, especially if there's like an anniversary or a wedding or something coming up. Oh, where we're going on our honeymoon. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. It's something is happening, but it also too is protecting your heart. It's balancing your heart. It's giving you joy in your heart, that kind of a thing too. So really pay attention to that. All right. So we're going to go again, like I told you, I'm going to do wealth, health, and love. And what we're going to look at is our wealth first. Now, when I pull the wealth card, a lot of people think wealth, money. That's the first thing that comes to their head. But wealth can be different. Success can be different depending on the person's heart and where their success and wealth is. It could be in your family. It could be my wealth is watching my kids grow up and be successful. My wealth is having a healthy body when I'm in my 80s. My wealth is that I have, $1 million in the bank by the time I'm 80 years old. I don't know. Whatever it is for you, that's different, right? So what we do have, though, is the Ten of Swords. So the thing to pay attention to this is, okay, the Ten of Swords is about something ending really, really quick. Okay, so what that also is, it's the number 10. So that means that something is going to be either rebirthed or something new is going to take its place. which is a good thing, because usually the number 1 is a very uplifting number. It's something very good. It's high energy. It's very light. It's very flowing. It's sort of a pure energy. Okay. And this is where you really have to listen to the divine. This is really where you have to listen to your intuition, because whatever is ending, you want to be sure that it is the right thing to be ending. Because what if you have a couple things that you need to end, like a bad habit, bad habits. Well, I need to quit smoking. I need to quit drinking, that kind of, you got a couple there. Which one do I do first? Well, this is where you go to the divine and say, hey, tell me what it is that I need to complete, because this is the end of a cycle. It doesn't mean it's dead. It's just the end of a cycle, something that you have learned from. So if this is money, this might be where you put your money. You might have to put it in a different place now, because maybe that interest is not good anymore. So now I need to, basically, this is the planets too, talking about this, because the planets are about ending and rebirth. This is what's going on in May, ending and rebirth. And the also thing about wealth is, and the planets and divine, is that we want to go for the long haul, not the short race. We want, whatever it is in our wealth, if it's our kids or whatever, we want our kids. We don't just go, okay, I'm going to have you go to school till 12th grade, then you're on your own. I'm just waiting for you to succeed. No, we got to keep going and egging them on to keep moving and growing and doing whatever. Yes, it's up to them. However, we could be there as a support. We don't want to be a helicopter, but we want to be there for support. So what we do need to, as far as kids, we need to stop being them and just be available for them when they're ready to make their decisions into young adulthood. We cannot make the decisions for them. We can be available for them. So as parents, we need to end helping, be in our hands right in there and say, you know what, that's got to end. It's time for you to now make your own decisions. But I'm here available because I have experience and I'm a lot older. Even though these kids are freaking smart and times are totally different, they know what they need to do. It's just how they want to go about doing it. Now, if it's love, well, we'll get to love there. So I'm not even going to go to wealth with love yet. But the thing is, something is ending, not a bad thing. This is a cycle. This is something that now is something good is going to take off. All right. So then we have health. We have the Knight of Wands, which means we need to be listening to our body. We need to be asking ourselves and paying attention to what is going on internally with our body. And that's also our mind. So is negative things happening? Is low vibrations keeping us sick? Are we paying attention to what our body needs, not what it wants? Yes, it wants junk food. Yes, it wants ice cream. Yes, it wants sugars, but that's not what it needs. This is a time to really think and ask and talk to yourself internally and say, okay, I'm not feeling really good. I'm older now. My joints are really hurting. Well, gee, maybe we need to drink more water. Maybe we need to add chondroitin or glucosamine or both of those, or maybe some MSM. What is it? But we want to do it naturally, because we want to make sure that our bodies and our mind are really healthy. If you're starting to be older and you're like me, and so I'm like, well, am I remembering things right? Maybe I need to add some little ginkgo into my things for clarification, for clarity and things like that. Listening to your body, all right? And the Ace of Wands for love and relationships. That's just the typical. Ace of Wands, again, we go back to the same thing, this first person. If you do not like the pace that it is going, whatever it is, if you are single, you keep staying single. You keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you just wait and you talk to the divine, hey, I'm ready, but I'm going to let you pick. But if this love relationship or this relationship isn't going as fast as you want it to, or maybe you need to slow it down. Maybe it's going too fast. Your intuition is going to tell you, and you have to listen, but you have to talk. You have to talk. Give the question, hey, do you think this is going too fast? Do you think it's going too slow? What is it that you want in this relationship? This is definitely about you, not the other person. Because the other person will, again, like I told Tauruses, never be able to read your mind. Never. So you're going to have to share what you want and you need. Now, again, if you get in your head too much, you're illusioning, you're fantasizing, and that most likely with that relationship is not true. So I'll give you one example before we go. And that is basically a lot of times if we're dating, which you should actually be in courtship, there should be no dating. And I know that's an old boomer word, but the thing is that if you're dating, that means you're looking, you're trying to find, you're trying to do this. Whereas if you meet somebody and you're like, oh yeah, cool, then you begin to court. You're not looking. It's just you meet somebody and it's like, okay. But when you're dating, you're looking, you're trying to find or whatever, and that just doesn't work. You got to let the divine work. However, when we where is it gone? We often tend to go, again, this is why I said it's not going too fast. It's not going fast enough or whatever, right? So the last thought for the day is that, okay, we get in our head and we create illusions and fantasies, especially women, because we're very emotional and we get really caught up into things, even if we're not supposed to with good intentions. We get caught up in a relationship long before the guy does. And the thing is that if they start dating us, we think, oh, okay, I'm on a third date. Oh, it's going really good. We think, okay, this is going to continue. And then if they don't call us for a couple of days, we start going into this emotional illusion in our heads of thinking, okay, did he meet somebody else? Is he going out with somebody else? Is he telling me the truth? He said he was going to call. He hasn't called yet. And in all reality, he's probably not even thinking about it and not even just like, okay, doing his thing and doing his job or whatever. But we've all created this whole hypothetical story, which is a lie and not true. And you're driving yourself nuts. You're driving yourself nuts rather than asking. Where did the other one go? Ask them. What did you think of this date? Did you like it? Do you want to continue to see us? Or do you just see us as friends? Stop wasting time. If this is going too slow for you, get out there and ask. Or maybe cut it off and see, because you shouldn't, if you're a female, you shouldn't be pursuing the guy. The guy should be pursuing you. I'm not going to get into the other sexes and stuff like that. So I'm talking about heterosexual. But I'm just saying that really, if you want to go that way, masculine should be actually going after the feminine. All right. That's just the way God designed it. That's the way that the universe has designed it. Just because of our brain. Our brain is very different. Masculine brain, feminine brain is very different. Even if you look at it under microscopes and things like that, it's different. So you have to look at it in that way. All right, guys. I don't know if this resonated with you. Maybe it resonated and you thought of somebody. Maybe share it with them. That's up to you. But don't forget to like, if you would, please, only because YouTube follows those likes like no tomorrow. I don't know what they do with them. But anyway, it brings our videos up so that they can be seen more. So if you enjoyed this, please like. And then don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. I will be doing the new moon, hopefully on the 11th, that my little new procedure going into the hospital, it won't be on the 11th. And then the new video that I'm going to upload here either later today or tomorrow. So it is on learn if you don't know how to talk to the divine, or if you want a relationship with the divine and you want to learn how to listen to your intuition and know those kind of things, that's what that's going to be about. All right, so I will talk to you next week and hope you have a great, wonderful week. Walk in truth, absolute truth, and love. Take care.